Hello, good morning, student.
Good morning, teacher.
Good morning, teacher.
How are you?
I'm fine.
I'm good.
And you?
I'm good. I'm great. Okay. Today we will to study about Dhamma. About topic is the first noble truth. Okay, let's see together. The four noble truths. The four noble truths. Buddhism says IT suffering is origin, sensation, and path. That's all I teach. Declared the Buddha 2,500 years ago. The Four Noble Truths contains the essence from the Buddha's teachings. It was this four principles that the Buddha came to understand during his meditation under the Bodhi tree. Next, the first noble truth. First, the truth of suffering in Bali language, dukkha. The second, the truth of origin of suffering, Bali samudaya. The third, the truth of the cessation of suffering, Bali nirodha. And the fourth, the truth of path to the cessation of suffering, or makha. Next, the Buddha is often compared to a person in first two noble truths. He diagnosed the problem suffering and identify its cause. The third noble truth is the realization that there is a cure. The first noble truth, in which the Buddha sets out the eightfold path, is the prescription, the way to achieve release from suffering. Next, the first noble truth, suffering or dukkha. Suffering comes in many forms. There are three obvious cries of suffering correspond to the first three sides the Buddha saw on his first journey outside his path. On age, sickness, and death. But according to the Buddha, the problem of suffering goes much deeper. Right is not idea. It's frequently fail to live up to our expectation. Human beings are subject to desire and craving, but even when we are able to stifle stiffly. These desires, the stiffness is only temporary. Please sure does not last, or if it does, is become monotonous. Even when we are not suffering from our cause, right? Illness, bereavement, we are unfulfilled, unsatisfied. This is the truth of suffering. Next, the second noble truth, origin of suffering, or samudaya. Our day-to-day trouble may seem to have history in this fiber, cause, thus pain from an injury, sadness from the loss of loved ones. In the second of his noble truths, thus the Buddha claimed to have pronounced the cross of our suffering, and it is much more deeply rooted than our immediate worry. The Buddha taught us that the root of all suffering is desire, tanha. This come in the three forms, which he described as the three roots of evil, or the three fire, or the three poisons. Next, the three roots of evil. These are the three ultimate cause of suffering. First, greed and desire, represented in us by a rooster. Acknowledge all delusions, represented by a pig, hundred, and destructive anchorage, represented by a snake. Rangas Nos Tanha is a term in Bali. The rangas of the Buddhism scriptures that specifically mean craving or misplaced desire. Buddhism recognize that there can be positive desire, such as desire for enlightenment and good wish for others. A neutral term for such desire is chanda. Next, the third noble truth, cessation of suffering, nirota. The Buddha taught that the way to extinguish desire, which cause suffering, is to liberate oneself from attachment. This is Thus, noble tools the possibility of liberation. The Buddha was driving example that this is possible in human rights time. Next, Nirvana. Nirvana means extinguishing, attaining Nirvana, reaching enlightenment means extinguishing the three fire of greens, delusions, and hazard. Someone who reaches Nirvana does not immediately disappear to a heavenly realm. Nirvana is better understood as a state from mind that humans can read. It is a state for profound spiritual joy without negative emotion and fears. Someone who has attained enlightenment is filled with compassion for all living things. Next, this slide, Summer, please reading for teacher. For slide. Yeah. Okay. Let's go.
The broad noble ถัดมา
Choose.
Tooth pass to tooth
Yes.
pass to the causation of suffering.
Sensation.
Causation.
Okay. Cessation of suffering.
Cessation of suffering. Maka.
Okay. Good.
The final noble
Choose.
truth is the Buddha
Prescription.
for the end of suffering. This is a set of
Principle.
Principle correct the X-force path.
X-force path.
X-force path.
Yes.
The X-force path is also correct the middle way. Is a word Buddha in
born.
One, right? Both in
Born.
Both.
indulgence and several asceticism. Neither of the which the Buddha had found helpful in his search for enlightenment.
Enlightenment. Yes,
Yes,
very good. Next slide. Then pop. Please reading.
Okay. The eight divisions. The eight states are not to be taken in order, but rather support and reinforce each other.
Okay. Okay.
The first, light understanding or samadhi. Accepting Buddhist teaching, the Buddha never intends his followers to believe his teaching blindly, but to practice them and judge for themselves whether they were true. The second, light intention or samma sankappa, a commitment to cultivate the light attitudes. The third, light speech or samma vacha, speaking tactfully, avoiding slander, gossip, and abusive speech. The fourth, light action or samma kammanta, behaving faithfully and harmoniously, refraining from stealing, killing, and overindulgence in sensual pleasure.
Okay, it's very good. Finally,
Thank you, teacher. The fifth, light livelihood or samma achiva, avoiding making a living in ways that cause harm, such as exploiting people or killing animals, or changing its intoxicant or response. The sixth, light efforts or samma vayama, cultivating positive states of mind, freeing oneself from evil and unwholesome states, and preventing them elation in future. The seventh, light mindfulness or samadhi, developing awareness of the body, sensations, feelings, and states of mind. The eighth, light concentration or samma samadhi, developing the mental focus necessary for this awareness.
okay, good.
Thank you.
It finally, I was uh, we make exercise together. Exercise one. Shows was that's their meanings. Somewhere, tukha. What mean tukha?
It mean to cut.
1, 2, 3, 4.
To cut. Number 4.
Good. Number 4.
The feeling in the world of the
Okay. Good.
feeling painful.
And Danupop?
Huh?
Samutaya means
So, um, I think is one เหรอ This one.
good one. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
It's very good. And Somrak Nirota
You know that.
means
And I think
Nirota
number 2.
is very good.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you, Somrak. And that one, Danupop Maka.
Three.
Three.
Last question. Three. Yes.
Okay. Thank you, next student. Next.
Wow. Wait.
Next exercise 2. Choose was to associate with the parable.
Okay.
Once the nước hấp you answer.
I think
Greed and desire.
I think greed and desire is Luther, number C. Right?
Number
Oh.
C.
C.
It's
Luther.
good. That it's good.
Okay.
3. And Sumrak acknowledge our delusion.
I don't know. I think
Moha. Delusion moha.
โม
ความหล
หะ
ง
Okay.
ความหลง
B.
Yes.
Pig.
Okay, good,
Yeah.
good. B. And the last choice, number C.
Yeah. Snake.
No, number A.
Snake.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. And the last exercise. Exercise T.
Oh God.
My God.
Oh God. Oh God.
Exercise T. Choose the following words to be expressed with. It was Bari. Okay. Bari is Samadhi. Answer.
Then
Make together.
Okay.
Make together.
Okay. I think samadhi is B, right understanding.
Okay, it's very good.
Yeah.
B. And
Yeah.
Sama Sankappa.
Sama Sankappa, I think is
H. Lies mindfulness.
No. Sama Sankappa. You know?
No.
Sama Sankappa is right intention. A. Number A.
A.
Oh. Okay.
And Sama Vacha.
Samawacha.
Easily.
Number C. Light speed.
Okay. C. Right speed.
Wow.
It's good.
I'm so cool.
Yes. And Sama Kamanta.
I think it's D, dog, right action.
It's very good. Right action.
Yeah.
And Sama Achiwa.
E.
Yes.
Livelihood. Yeah.
Good. It's very good. E.
Yeah.
And Sama Wajama.
Fujiyama.
G, right effort.
Right, of course. Oh, good. And Sama Sati.
H.
H, right mindfulness.
Right mindfulness. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. And Raj was F.
Yes. F.
Some
concentration. Yeah.
Okay. It's
very
really good.
Next.
It's finally to อยากจะให้สมเด็จบางสรุปเป็นภาษาไทยแล้วก็ให้ ดนุภพสรุปเป็นภาษาอังกฤษเกี่ยวกับอริยสัจสี่ที่เราได้เรียนไป
Okay.
สักเล็กน้อยนะครับโอเคครับ
ก็เท่าที่เรียนมานะครับอริยสัจสี่ก็มีทุกข์สมุทัยนิโรธมรรคก็คือหนทางดับทุกข์และหนทางออกจากทุกข์นะครับ ประมาณนี้แล้วก็มีมรรคมีองค์แปดครับ ประมาณนั้นครับ คือการ
เป็นสิ่ง
เลี้ยง
ที่
ชี
พ
พ
ระเจ้า
โดยใช่ใช่ครับ ทางสายกลางอะคือการเดินและการเลี้ยงชีพโดยสุจริตครับ ประมาณนั้นครับ
อ๋อโอเคครับขอบคุณมากครับเป็นand ดนุภพ
Okay. I think I can use the vulnerable truth in my daily life to fix my problem in my life. When I have a truth or everything, when I'm painful and suffering, I will use the vulnerable truth.
see you again in next times okay
Yeah
Okay.
thank you teacher
Thank you, teacher.
okay
Bye.
bye bye